Good morning from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I started out my trip this morning just outside of Flint, Michigan. Got up early, and I'm headed over to Marinette, Wisconsin. And the shortest way from where I was is up through the Upper Peninsula, across the Mackinaw Bridge, catch Highway 2 and run west and take that over into Wisconsin. I expect it's going to be a very pretty drive, especially going over the Mackinaw Bridge. There's quite a bit of history there, so I'm going to film that, and I'm really looking forward to driving across that. Before I get going too, I wanted to mention something. I was taking my half-hour break here, my mandatory half-hour break, and I was reading the want ads for truck drivers, and there's an ad in here from a company looking for owner-operators and drivers, and they're saying all sorts of amazing things about their company, about how busy they are and how many miles you'll get and how much they'll pay. And I've got a few friends working there already, and they're owner-operators. And whether you're an owner-operator or a driver, you need so many miles. The bulk of your pay is based on how many miles a week you get. You're paid by the mile. And this company here that's advertising, I know those guys are only getting about 1,000, 1,100 miles a week every week. They're not busy at all. They've got no work, yet they're advertising for more guys. And this is dangerous for a fella to switch jobs and come to a company like that, especially an owner-operator, where he's got downtime due to startup preparation and getting the truck licensed, and you go through driver orientation now, and sometimes that's a week at some of these places. You've lost revenue because you're sitting while you get the truck on, or you're doing this orientation or whatever. It's downtime. You're sitting. So you lose a week's worth of money out of your bank account that you still had to use to pay for your truck payment and your mortgage and all these things. Then you put your faith in this trucking company to hold up their end of the deal and keep you busy once you've gone through all of this stuff to lease on to them or go to work for them, and then you find out they're not busy at all. They're just trying to load up their ranks because they're expecting guys to quit because they're slow. So they don't want to lose that number of owner-operators. They've already, got plates or whatever for this many guys, and they don't want to have to turn them back in. So they advertise for guys to hire on when they don't even need them. And I don't think that's right at all. That can break an owner-operator, a move like that, moving to the wrong company once or twice in the course of his career. And that can just devastate you financially, and I don't think that's right. I don't think that's a fair practice. So watch out for companies that do this. The lesson here is talk to the guys that are already working there, and talk to a few of them to find out what the deal really is. Because these trucking companies will advertise that they're heaven to work for. The truth is never even close to that, but find out for your own sake how bad the truth really is. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around here, and we'll head for the Mackinaw Bridge and see some scenery. Well, here we are coming up to the Mackinaw Bridge, and I bet you I'm 3 miles away from it, and I can see it very clearly. It's obviously quite a big bridge. I just saw the sign for the toll, $5 an axle, so me with 5 axles, there's $25. There's an expense I hadn't counted on. I thought my easy pass would cover the cost of the bridge, but I haven't seen a sign indicating that that's the case, so there may be $25 out of pocket here. My company will reimburse me that, but still, it's money I'm having to lay out cash on the road that I hadn't counted on. But, I'll suck it up. I'll get it back. Looks like there's all sorts of stuff to do here, all sorts of rides and that type of thing. I wish I had the time. But, the problem with that too is none of these places ever have parking for trucks. there's something I can rant about for a while. All these places, restaurants, malls, all these places, you'd love to be a customer if you could just get your truck in and out. But some of them deliberately set up their parking areas so trucks can't get in and out. Some, restaurants and shopping centers. I don't know why they do that, but it's discrimination is truly what it is. It certainly is inconvenient for a fellow or a gal that lives on the road and needs to go into shopping places to get groceries or clothing or new boots or whatever, and just can't get into these places because they specifically designed them not to allow trucks in. So here we are. Looks like we're just coming to it here now. Hot dogs. Got a 30-foot hot dog and a bun on the roof, just a plastic imitation, all dressed up with relish and onions. Boy, it looks pretty good, even the plastic ones. Maybe I should have eaten before I got this far. All trucks must maintain 500 feet of spacing. Oh boy, you should see I don't know if you can see the lake freighter that's going to pass underneath this bridge. I don't know if the camera angle is wide enough to capture it, but it's a huge, beautiful thing. And it's never a nice bridge. Great big bridge. No passing for trucks. So I guess the lane's going to close anyway, so I guess I will be moving over. If I get a chance, I'll move the camera so you can see this big lake freighter. Looks like an ore carrier. Those big ships have always fascinated me. I might have done that if I hadn't have gone into trucking. I've always been fascinated with boats and ships. Camera out of its mount. See if you can see that big lake freighter there, and he's going to pass underneath us as we cross over. I know I'm supposed to be shooting the bridge, but this is just too good an opportunity to capture this big ship as he goes by. This is a beautiful bridge. I'm not sure how old it is. It certainly appears very well maintained. It looks new. Here, I'll just pan off this. Look at the superstructure of this thing. What a beautiful thing. And it's quite large. I'm not sure how far across it is, but it's quite a piece. Excuse me. Now there's something you don't get to see every day. Every once in a while you'll see that if you cross the Blue Water Bridge in Sarnia, something like that. But some guys do a whole trucking career and not see a scene like this. Now it looks to me like she's riding fairly low in the water. Tell she's pushing a fair bit of water there, so my suspicion is that she's loaded rather than empty. lights there. Catch a little bit of them here anyway. And here's the far shoreline. You can tell we've been on this bridge a couple minutes already. I'm not sure how far across Mackinaw Strait this would be. Be a couple of miles anyway, I would think, across this bridge. When I get home, I'll Google it. I'll find out how big it is. Maybe a little of the history. Oh, I wish I had the time to take one of these scenic ferry rides here. I'm expecting a toll booth here at the other side. I haven't run across one yet, but I saw a sign saying there would be a toll, so it must be at the far end here. Yeah, it looks like there's something like that up ahead here now. That's just amazing scenery. That's one of the best parts about doing this for a living is the scenery. God, you see some beautiful things. I've seen some beautiful sights, and you never have to leave North America, you know. There's so much beautiful stuff right around home without having to go overseas. And frankly, the way flying is these days, I would want to go over there anyway, so I'm quite happy to stay in North America. It's just a beautiful continent. Like $5 an axle, so I'm getting my money. Hi, 25?
$5 next.
Thank you. Well, $25, that hurt, but well, we'll carry on. That's part of trucking. You've always got your hand on your wallet for one thing or another. Sadly, usually you're taking money out rather than putting money in. That's the problem. It used to be the other way around.
drive 193 miles.
I may have gotten off the wrong place here. I may be lost. We'll have to see. I thought I had to take Highway 2 across, but the GPS is telling me something different here. Let me see where I am. There's supposed to be a truck stop in this exit, so well, let's slide in and find out here. Oh, now what's this saying? Might be alright here. I could have sworn I was to take Highway 2 anyway. Shell just looks like it's for cars. Definitely on Highway 2 West. I guess I'll take the time to slide into the truck stop and check my map just to be sure I'm going the right way here. GPS is a great thing, but you can't rely on them totally. Gotta check the map just to make sure.
Recalculating. Recalculating.
I don't know if I came in the right way or not.
Recalculating.
It's going to work.
Recalculating.
The GPS is all confused.
Please drive to highlighted route.
GPS doesn't like it when you get off the road. Well, I'm just going to check my map, but I'm going to have a quick look at this truck stop, and I'll be back later.